Hello friends! You likely already know that Africa is home to some of the planet's largest and most ferocious predators. However, there is an animal there whose sheer ferocity and fearlessness leave all others far behind. Its boundless stamina, insatiable appetite, and utter ruthlessness allow it to attack the most venomous snakes in Africa, and it doesn't even fear the leopard. Today, we are talking about the honey badger, one of the animal kingdom's most famously unfazed creatures. But before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, as your support motivates the creation of new and fascinating videos. Now let's get started. The honey badger is a fairly large representative of the mustelid family. Its body length can reach up to 105 centimeters, about 41 inches, including its black tail, with its weight ranging between 9 and 13 kilograms, about 20 to 28 pounds. In appearance, the honey badger resembles a badger or a wolverine, possessing a similarly elongated torso and short legs, a completely disproportionate body. However, its unique abilities have allowed scientists to classify the honey badger into its own distinct genus and subfamily. The extraordinary courage of this animal is backed by powerful hardware, formidable jaws, and exceptionally strong claws. Extremely thick hide. Around the neck, its skin reaches a thickness of 6 millimeters. Flexible skin mechanics. The hide moves freely across its body, allowing the creature to easily twist around and counterattack an enemy that is struck from behind. Honey badgers are widely distributed across Africa, where they are alternatively known as bald badgers. This nickname stuck due to the light, bald-looking coloration on the upper part of their head, sides, and back. Meanwhile, their belly, paws, and tail are covered in thick black fur, a contrast that provides excellent camouflage. This animal can also be found in India, the Arabian Peninsula, and the countries of Central Asia. In reality, this ferocious predator could rightfully be called a snake eater, as snakes make up the core of its diet. And this is no coincidence. Snake venom holds little terror for the honey badger. A dose of venom capable of killing any other animal causes the honey badger only temporary discomfort. It is not uncommon for a venomous snake to bite it during a fight. As a result, the creature may lie unconscious for some time, but then, as if nothing happened, it stands back up and begins its meal. Interestingly, the bald badger develops its immunity to venom gradually, aided by its mother, who organizes unique training sessions for her young. For instance, here a young honey badger is practicing on a scorpion. Its venom is highly dangerous, though not as lethal as a cobra's. Bites directly to the nose bring excruciating pain, but the honey badger does not retreat, successfully disarming the enemy and beginning its meal right from the stinger. Meanwhile, honey is merely a delicacy that it rarely gets to indulge in. However, enterprising honey badgers will track bees in search of their hives. For the sake of sweet honey, they are willing to climb high trees and endure attacks from the swarm defending their hive. Despite its thick hide, the animal's face remains vulnerable to stings, but retreating is simply not an option for the honey badger. Honey contains the vital calories it desperately needs. While the honey badger does not see very well, its sense of smell is excellently developed. This allows it to track down even the most elusive and agile prey, like this rat. The rodent finds refuge in thorny thickets, feeling safe in its fortress. But do you really think 5-centimeter sharp thorns will stop a honey badger? It seems he doesn't feel pain at all, or simply ignores it because catching the desired prey is far more important than such trivialities. Now, let's move on to the most interesting part. What is the honey badger truly capable of? And is it really as fearless as they say? Let's find out. The python and the jackals. So, What can we observe here? A python is suffocating the poor honey badger, which is still showing signs of life. But things are not quite what they seem. A hungry jackal arrives at the scene, anticipating easy prey. But who will end up as the victim remains unclear. The honey badger, however, has already decided the outcome for himself. He is completely unbothered by the fact that the snake is still alive, nor is he concerned about the jackals who also decide to feast on the python. This results in a peculiar game of tug-of-war, where the jackals play dirty. Yet, the honey badger, though noticeably smaller in size, remains perfectly calm. He effortlessly drives away his competitors, and the victory ultimately goes to this unfazed and fearless creature. The mole snake. The mole snake is not venomous, but its bites are quite painful and carry a high risk of blood poisoning. Here, the snake aims directly for the head, the badger's weak spot. If any other beast would have already fled in search of easier prey, the honey badger never leaves what he started unfinished. Not even the most agile and fast snake can escape his sharp teeth, and all attempts to escape are harshly shut down by the fearless hunter. Facing the leopard. What is a honey badger capable of against a leopard, a formidable apex predator that significantly outmatches it in both size and strength? In this episode, a leopard has caught a honey badger cub, but before it can even begin its meal, the furious mother charges in and drives it away. It seems the leopard absolutely did not expect such a turn of events, and will be recovering from the shock for a long time. It might seem like the honey badger enjoys digging in the sand, but no, its sharp sense of smell simply alerts it to the presence of prey beneath the surface. And even when hopes for an easy catch are dashed, that does not stop the honey badger. He is used to getting his way. It turns out that honey badgers have virtually no natural enemies. And indeed, who would want to mess with this crazy creature? Even the teeth of large predators cannot pierce its thick skin. When a threat looms, the bald badger will readily attack an animal whose size far exceeds its own. Furthermore, in one aspect, this animal resembles a skunk. In case of danger, it raises its tail, beneath which specialized glands secrete an extremely unpleasant, suffocating odor. In this way, it discourages any attacker from wanting to involve themselves with it. What are your thoughts on this extraordinary animal? Please share your opinions in the comments below. That concludes our video for today. If you enjoyed this content, please support it with a like and subscribe to the channel, as there is much more fascinating content ahead. Thank you for your time and see you next time.